everybody, it's Frozen with Outdoor Adventures, and thanks for joining me. It's about that time of year. It's getting to be backpacking season, and that brings with it new people just getting into the hobby. Now, backpacking can be quite expensive, especially if you have really no clue on what to buy. So this video is going to be about 7 different ways that you can save money when you first start backpacking. Now, if you're already into backpacking and you've been doing it a little while, stick with me. You may still find this video useful. First up, clothing choices. A lot of people, when they first get started backpacking, they go up to your Dick's Sporting Goods or your REIs or any kind of performance apparel store, and they spend sometimes $30, $40 on a t-shirt, $30, $40, $50 on a pair of pants. Well, you can pretty much find the same exact clothing under a different name at your local Walmart, Target, your value store, and it will perform pretty much the same way as your high name brands. For instance, I love Champion products, and I believe they are, a direct manufacturer for Target. I can get the same $40 shirt that I can find at Dick's Sporting Goods for about 12 bucks at Target. And it works great. Same thing with shorts. I love the Champion Vapor shorts, the Champion Vapor shirts, and there's no real reason for me to upgrade to your expensive name brand stuff. So that will save you a ton of money right there. My next tip, plastic baggies. Okay, we probably have these laying around the house. These are actually really, really good backpacker tools. Now, a lot of people, they want to keep their clothes dry, so they end up getting a dry bag, or not just clothes, your electronics, your phone, everything. But they spend money on actual dry bags like I have done. This just happens to be a Cuban fiber dry bag too, so it's even more expensive. The same purpose of keeping your stuff waterproof can be achieved with a simple Ziploc bag. You don't need to go out and spend 20 or 30 bucks on a dry bag. Just use, at least at the start, just use a simple Ziploc bag. You can put your clothes in here, put your phone in this one, you can put your electronics, your toiletries can all go in this little quart-sized Ziploc bag. Next tip, make your own gear. So when I first started, I was using this rain cover. I think it was 25 bucks, and it fit my pack perfectly, and it kept things dry. It did what it needed to do. However, I ended up ditching this, and I just went to a simple trash bag system. Again, kept everything dry, and it's actually lighter than the actual rain cover. So this worked well for me. Also, do you really need to buy, a $10 windscreen? Or can you just simply make it out of aluminum foil? Do you really need a $20 to $100 stove? Or maybe you just want to use a 10-cent, 25-cent cat food can, punch some holes out, get denatured alcohol, and there you go, you have a stove. So make your own gear. Especially if you know how to sew and you have a sewing machine, you could make your own sleeping bag, your tent you could make potentially. You can save a lot of money by making your own gear. Water storage. This is another place that you can save. Do you really need to spend $20 or $30 on a water bladder? I really don't even like these things, but I'd rather just spend, $1.50, $2 on a smart water bottle. Even people that don't use bladders, sometimes they're taking $20 Nalgene bottles. Again, the same thing can be achieved with something cheap at the gas station. My next tip, don't buy extra gear. When I first started, I loved drinking coffee. I had to have my coffee in the morning, so I bought a coffee cup, and then I bought another pot that I could use to cook in. But once I figured out that I can put boiling water in a plastic bag, again we're going back to a previous tip here, I ended up just cooking in Ziploc bags and drinking my coffee out of the same pot. So I ditched the cup, saved some weight, and I didn't really need to buy this. Another example of this is, I used to go out with my giant bushcraft knife when I first got started. I think it was like $85, $100 maybe. And I thought, yeah, I need this to, survive. If I'm out in the woods, I need a giant knife. It turns out that was a big waste of money, at least for me. And now I'm just carrying this simple Leatherman squirt. $30, but it does the job. It has a pair of pliers. It has a knife. It has a pair of scissors, a can opener. Really, anything that I need is right here in this tool. So I ditched the heavy, expensive bushcraft knife and I just got myself something more useful. Another place you can save a lot of money is food. Now, you're not going to see the benefits right away from just doing 1 or 2 trips, but over the course of a year of trips, you will definitely see your savings here. This is Mountain House meals. They're just a dehydrated meal in a bag that you can cook right in the bag. Yes, these are absolutely delicious, but these are $8.50, sometimes even upwards of $12, where you could just spend $1, $1.50 and get yourself some chicken flavored broccoli north sides, or some instant potatoes, or have a Pop-Tart or oatmeal for breakfast, and you could ditch the expensive Mountain House meals. Now, that's not going to be for everyone. I am slowly starting to transition to this myself because I'm just tired of spending so much money on food. And my last tip, and I swear this is the most important tip that you're going to hear from anyone: buy it right the first time. And what that means is do your research on gear. Don't just buy gear on an impulse. Don't buy gear on a whim. Actually see if there's reviews on Amazon or YouTube or REI or whatever site or store that you're at. Make sure to talk to people, to ask questions. Take other users' experiences, their reviews, and put that toward your knowledge. So I hope that helps someone. That was my 7 ways to save money when you backpack. Now, I'm going to leave some useful items in the description box below. Some of these items that I didn't mention in the video, but I think that are very, very worthwhile items to check out. Some gear, some tutorials on how to build your own gear. And if you make any purchases through the links below, a portion of the proceeds will go back to supporting the channel. Thank you, everyone, and find time and go on your own adventure. I'll see you on the trail.